31 Questions is proudly sponsored by Mind Games, bringing you the best in games and puzzles since 1977.
Tonight's contestants could be in the running for some fabulous prizes, including a romantic dinner with Dean Watson, this Met card, and a home pregnancy test. Yes! It's time for 31 questions. And now here's the president of the show, David M. Green.
Hello, welcome to 31 Questions, trivial television in colour. I'm David M. Green, and what do you know? It's our scoreboard operator, Sophie Loughran. How you doing, Sophie?
I'm well, thank you.
I love that dress. That's just great.
Oh, so that explains why you were trying it on before.
Okay, and now a man who's as much a part of the show as the desk he sits behind. They both live in the prop room. Moderator Anthony McCormack.
I can see the audience is as excited as I am about the rules for tonight's game and strictly keeping to them.
Because you love the rules, don't you?
I love the rules, David.
How much do you love the rules, Anthony?
Well, I'm glad you asked me, David, because just this week I saw someone breaking the rules and I defamed them and I set them on fire.
Anthony, who's tonight's first contestant?
Yes, our first contestant this evening is so vain, he probably thinks this introduction is about him. Please welcome Rohan.
Rohan, welcome to the show.
Thanks.
I can't call you Rohan, can I?
Yeah.
Yeah? What do you do with yourself?
Yeah, good question. Figure it out.
Yeah. All right, no response. Okay. Well, -1 for you. Anthony, who is the next contestant?
Yes, our second contestant this evening is a woman who needs no introduction.
Dani?
Yeah.
It's Dani.
Yeah.
Now, I understand you're some sort of woman.
I think so.
Yeah?
Pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah, you have very blue eyes.
Thank you.
Well, good luck tonight.
Thank you.
You might win something. Let's play 31 questions. All right, it's general knowledge round time. 1 point for a correct answer, 1 point off if you're an idiot. And don't forget, you can follow 31 Questions on Twitter and tweet things in our general direction at your discretion. What's the hashtag tonight? I don't know. We'll work that out. Let's go. First question. Multiple choice. If you were in the mood for a new hairstyle, would you best be off using a steam iron, a curling iron, or a 9-iron? Rohan?
Curling iron?
Curling iron is absolutely correct. Yes. You don't use one, do you?
No.
What about you, Dani? You may have used it there. You did.
I can't believe I didn't get that.
Well, that's all right. There's still plenty of game left. This isn't it.
I'll tell you what, David, I'm surprised by that curling iron. My barber uses a soldering iron.
Next question. The Cooktown orchid. The Cooktown orchid is the floral emblem of which Australian state? Rohan?
South Australia.
No, that's not right. I believe that's the Sturt Desert Pea. You want to have a guess, Dani?
New South Wales?
No, that's not right either. Does anyone know the Cooktown orchid? Queensland, yes, that's right. Give the audience 1 point. Nicely done. The key ingredient in chocolate is fish.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, Dani?
Oh, cocoa?
Yes. Let me just say the whole question here. The key ingredient in chocolate is fish is an incorrect statement. What is the key ingredient in chocolate?
In fact, David, it is so amazing. Let's give Dani an extra point.
Yeah. Yeah, well deserved. True or false? Tug of war was once an Olympic sport. Rohan?
True.
True is correct, yes. It was actually an Olympic sport from 1900 to 1920.
You know, just a fun fact, David, in 1916, they replaced tug of war with an actual war.
That's right. They did. What is measured using the pH scale? Rohan?
Acidity?
Yes, that's correct. Acidity, or we also would have accepted basicity, or if you're a real smarty pants, molar concentration of hydronium ions. But acidity's just fine. Karen Elaine Johnson is more commonly known by what stage name? No? Whoopi Goldberg. That's Whoopi Goldberg's real name.
I was always disappointed that she never married veteran Star Wars actor Sir Peter Cushing, because then she would have been Whoopi Cushing.
In 1996, who became the first female independent elected to the Australian House of Representatives? No? No? Pauline Hanson. Remember her? Probably for the best. In 1998, Pauline Hanson inspired the top 10 hit I Don't Like It. Who sang that song? Rohan?
Pauline Hanson?
You're halfway there. Pauline Pants Down.
Right.
Can we give him half a point for that?
No, in fact, I'm going to have to take away half a point for that one.
You're the moderator. Name one of the 3 AFL clubs Rex Hunt played for. We got a 3 in like 18 chance. No? No guesses at all. Oh, I have a guess, Ron. What do you got? No, for no points. No. West Coast Eagles. No. Played for Richmond, he played for Geelong, he played for St Kilda. Which classic musical motion picture contains the song If I Only Had a Brain? Dani?
Wizard of Oz?
Yes, that's correct. Wizard of Oz.
I tell you what, David, I'm willing to give 5 extra points to Dani if she can, and this has nothing to do with If I Only Had a Brain. I can't stress that enough, but 5 extra points for Dani if she can name this footballer. Nothing to do whatsoever with If I Only Had a Brain.
I don't think she can name that footballer. All right, have a go.
Warwick Capper?
Give that man 5 extra points. There we go.
Okay, it's time for Word on the Street, where 31 questions goes on location and people talk about things. We'll show a clip of some people talking about something. Buzz in when you know what that something is. Buzz in any time. 5 points if you're right, 5 points off if you're wrong. Very simple. What are these people talking about?
Mean, angry.
They have certain rules.
I think I'd be good at it because I'd be relaxed.
And you have to pay them.
A waste of money.
Very shifty. Third week, eviction.
Rohan?
Landlords?
What made you think landlords?
I panicked.
Might be a good strategy. Let's have a look at the answer.
The answer is landlord.
You rent at the moment?
I do not.
No? Ever experienced an interaction with a landlord?
No.
Well, you're like a lucky man, lucky man. Let's have another one. What's the word on the street?
He's like, God.
This man can bring a horse to water and make it drink.
He can make you trip over a cordless phone.
He's got like a fist in his
Ooh, Dani?
Chuck Norris?
What made you think that?
Well, Chuck Norris is kind of God, so.
We're going to cross now to forgettable Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee.
2 words. Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris approved.
Yes. Yeah, that's him.
What a fantastic actor, David. And I reckon my favourite movie of Chuck Norris's long, varied filmography is the movie where he does this. I'll never forget that one.
Time for one more word on the street. What the hell are these people on about?
Judges things on a regular basis.
He has all the answers.
Allocates points.
I know the answer.
I know.
Yeah, Rohan.
David M. Green?
Actually, no, I'm going to cross to you, Anthony. What is the answer?
No, the answer actually was me. It was Anthony McCormack. But I'm not surprised that Rohan didn't get it because there were more clues. He buzzed in very early. If we can hear some of those extra clues.
He's like, God.
This man can bring a horse to water and make it drink.
He can make you trip over a cordless phone.
Blah, 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 blah. They just keep talking about me. It's just embarrassing.
Well, no points for you, Rohan. Well, we're going to take a break, but to tell us who's in the lead and by how much, let's go over to Sophie.
Dani is in fact in the lead, just nudging ahead on Rohan's 6.5.
Ooh, that's pretty close. Plenty more show left. Time to take a break, but just like Arnold Schwarzenegger, we'll commit adultery. I mean, we'll be back.
And thus, the cure for cancer.
It's great, Sophie. That is definitely going in the show. Welcome back to 31 Questions, asking a variation on the same question 31 times. I'm David M. Green, and it's time for When Is It? When is it? I don't know. What am I supposed to have all the answers? Oh, I do. Well, what happens here is I'll go through some events which occurred in a specific year from Earth's history. The earlier you can name the year, the more points you get. Guess wrong on all the remaining clues, go to the other contestant.
Hey, Mr. Green.
What is it, Dicky?
Dicky Knee, if you don't mind.
What is it, Dicky Knee?
Dicky Knee from Hey Hey We're Not On Anymore.
Yeah, I remember.
Didn't I see something like this on the History Channel, or as my dad likes to call it, the Hitler Channel?
Are you implying that we're Nazis and we steal ideas from other shows?
Well, it wouldn't be the first time.
Who's out in front, Sophie?
We have Dani out in front on 8 and Rohan just behind on 6.5.
When is it? You tell me. In this year, the only way to watch a YouTube video involved a female sheep and a tube of toothpaste. In The Miracle on Ice, the US ice hockey team defeats reigning champions the Soviet Union by a single point in the semi-finals at the Winter Olympics. John Lennon is assassinated outside his New York apartment. The world learns Darth Vader wasn't a fan of contraception, revealing he is... Yes, Rohan?
1981.
No, that's not quite right. Very close. No, all the clues to you, Dani. I'll just finish that one off. Revealing he is Luke Skywalker's father in The Empire Strikes Back. The 20th century took 80 years to achieve this year. Dani?
The 1980s.
Yeah, just a specific year we need, not the whole decade.
Specific year.
Yep.
1982?
No, I think you were finished with your answer before you said it.
1980.
Yes! Yeah, well done. Next one, name this year. When is it? Prior to this year, nobody knows who Bobby Fischer is except his parents. 14-year-old Bobby Fischer wins the United States Chess Championships, and still nobody knows who Bobby Fischer is.
I know who Bobby Fischer is. Do you?
No.
Well, Rohan, you're out. All the clues to you, Dani. The nuclear-powered submarine USS Nautilus becomes the first vessel to cross the North Pole underwater.
Or as Bobby Fischer would put it, checkmate.
With less than 2 years until the end of the decade, Pope John the 23rd succeeds Pope Pius XII as the 261st Pope.
And as we all know, certainly Bobby Fischer knows, popes can only move diagonally.
This was the only year in the 1950s that had an 8 in it. Yes, Dani?
1958?
Yeah! You're on fire! One more. When is this? Another bunch of emotional Virgos are born. The United States Navy of the future plans to retire its mine-sweeping dolphins and replace them with robotic submarines. This is true, according to Wikipedia. The motion pictures Barbed Wire, Click, Surrogates, and The Running Man all took place either partially or entirely in this year. You ever see Barbed Wire? No? I've just ogled the video case cover.
Just for educational purposes, David, we have some footage of the video case cover. That's not the cover at all, that's a motorboat. What has Pamela Anderson got to do with a motorboat? They're two completely different things.
The epilogue of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows takes place in this year. This year will be the 4th anniversary of your appearance on 31 Questions. And this year is 2013 for Dani.
2017?
Yes! Will it flush? Just like will it float, but with a cistern? A cistern. Look it up. It's very simple what we do here. I'll name an item. Contestants need to predict whether that item will indeed flush all the way down the toilet or remain floating in the bowl like so many awkward house parties. It's happened to you. Tonight's first item is a sponge. A sponge. Will it flush? I'll ask each of you. You can both have a guess. What do you think, Rohan? Sponge? Will it flush?
I reckon it'll flush.
You think it will flush?
Yep.
Danny?
No.
Don't think it will flush. Okay, so we have a yes, we have a no. Will it flush? Let's take a look. No, it didn't. Well done, Dani. Tonight's second item is a credit card. And before you start worrying and writing in and complaining about how we flushed some poor innocent guy's credit card down the toilet, don't worry, it's Anthony's. Will it flush? What do you think?
No.
No?
Yeah.
You think it will? All right. Well, let's take a look. Credit card. just in there. No, it didn't flush. You can just see it. You don't believe me? Freeze frame it. Well, now it is in there, so no, it does not flush. Credit card does not flush. You got that wrong. It just goes to show that not even a toilet accepts American Express. Let's have a look at the next item. A piece of chalk. A piece of chalk. What do you think? Will it flush? Why? So no. You don't think? No, both of you?
Don't think it'll flush.
Okay, well, it didn't take much convincing, did it? What do you think, Anthony?
I think it will flush, David.
All right, well, let's take a look. Big piece of chalk. Big as your head. Yeah, it's in there. And I don't see it. Yes, it does. It went all the way down. So you're both wrong. Okay, well, now here's an interesting one. The next item is water.
Well, I guess there's going to be more water in the bowl at the end of the flush. So
No, this is the original water.
The original.
This is the water that we're putting in.
So there's no real way of telling.
Oh, we can tell. We can tell.
I'm going to say no.
No, okay, so we have a...
It will flush.
Okay, so we have a yes, we have a no. Water, will it flush? Oh, it's in a bottle, look at that! Well, who knows? Who knows? Anything could happen here. No, of course not. Don't be ridiculous. Oh, it didn't, so well done, whoever it was who said no. Okay, time for one more. Our last item, some guy's keys. Will they flush?
I'm going to say no.
I'm going to say yes.
Will they flush some guy's keys? Ooh, yes they did. Oh, poor guy, whoever that was. You know your toilets, Dani. It's a good skill to have.
David, we need a plumber, and you're going to have to pay for him because someone put my credit card in the toilet.
Let's have some wholesome movie quotations. Sophie, Anthony, and I are going to act out some scenes from some somewhat popular motion films. Motion films. If you know the name of the motion picture being quoted, I'll give you 5 points, no penalty if you guess wrong. Take it away.
600 series have rubber skin. We spotted them easy, but these are new. They look human. Bad breath, sweat, everything. Very hard to spot. I had to wait till he made a move on you before I could zero him.
Look, I'm not stupid. They can't make things like that yet.
Not yet. Not for about 40 years.
Ooh, yes, Rohan?
Is it the original Terminator?
Yes, it is. Well done. Let's have another one.
In the place of a dark lord, you would have a queen. Not dark, but beautiful and terrible as the morn. Treacherous as the seas. Stronger than the foundations of the earth. All shall love me and despair. I have passed the test. I will diminish and go into the west and remain Galadriel.
I cannot do this alone.
You are a ring bearer, Frodo.
Yes. Rohan?
Lord of the Rings?
Yes, which one?
Fellowship?
Yes.
Of the Ring?
Yes, it is. Let's have another one. Take it away.
I always knew my first time would be on a beach.
First time? You're a virgin?
Oh, Jeremy, you and I are going to be so great together.
Wow.
I love you.
I'm sorry?
I love you.
Oh, I think that's it. No, that's it. What could it be?
No idea.
No? No? Anyone in the audience know what that is? Wedding crashes. Well, everyone knows. Wedding crashes, yes. So points to the audience, no points to you guys. Yeah, wedding crashes. All right, well, we're going to take a break. After the break, some more 31 questions and the winner of something.
Contestants on 31 questions stay at Melbourne's first-class California hotel. colour television, colour bed sheets. It's like a little piece of Los Angeles down under. Don't wake me up if I'm dreaming.
Welcome back to 31 Questions. I'm David M. Green, and if you can't tell the difference between me and Red Simons, well, you're probably colourblind. But I'm not a medical doctor.
Hey, I've just had a thought, Mr. Green.
Oh, yeah?
If we renamed Sophie Amber and Red was on the show, we could have a set of traffic lights like red, amber and green, right?
I suppose. I don't know why we'd want to do that. But,
well, yeah, I just think it's a bit funny. But hey, listen, my dad and I, we were driving through a gay neighbourhood the other night, and all the traffic lights there go from lime to peach and crimson. Hope you're proud of yourself, whacking a Dicky.
Most of my teenage years. What are the scores, Sophie?
Have a look. Dani's on 23 and Rohan just behind on 20 and a half.
I tell you what, David, I'm unhappy about that half. Rohan is breaking the rules by having half a point. So I'm going to have to penalise him, negative half a point. Fortunately, this will severely disadvantage him by pushing his score up.
Ooh, yes, that's right. The all-new lightning round, electric trivia with a genuine chance of shock. 62 seconds of rapid-fire questions, 1 point for a correct answer, 1 point off if you're an idiot. Whoever has the most points at the end of this round will be crowned tonight's 31 Questions Big Cheese. That could be you. Let's have the clock. Your time starts now. Father Christmas traditionally enters residential property via the what? Rohan?
Chimney.
Yes, that's right. Kitten, prism, wedge and stiletto are all types of what? Rohan?
Shoe.
Yes, high-heeled shoes. Which black, white and mostly silent film won the Academy Award for Best Picture in Yes, Dani?
Casablanca?
No. We wanted The Artist, 2012. Name an agile... That wasn't even silent. Name an agile carnivorous mammal that's a natural predator to snakes. Rohan?
Tiger.
No. No, a mongoose, a meerkat, honey badger, all would have been acceptable. Before merging with Fitzroy and adopting the lion as their mascot, what was the mascot for the Brisbane AFL team? Yeah, Rohan?
Bears.
Yes, that's correct. Bear is correct. What is the capital of New Zealand? Rohan?
Wellington.
Yes, that's right. What colour is an emu egg? Rohan?
Speckled.
No. Dark green, we want it there. What long-range bomber aircraft is also... Well, while Sophie slays the golden goose and uses its bones and entrails as some sort of environmentally friendly organic calculator to tally the... We can't show that on camera. Tally the final scores of the game. Anthony, how do you think the game went tonight?
I think these contestants, they tried to get away with it once or twice, but we kept them in line and it was all good.
Fabulous. Who is tonight's winner, Sophie?
It's come down to 1 point. Let's have a look. Dani finished on 22 and Rohan, you guessed it, 23. Congratulations.
Dani, I'm sorry you haven't won.
That's all right.
All right then, we'll see you later. Rohan, you have won. Anthony, tell him what he's won.
No!
Well, why not?
I'm sorry, David. I have a moist credit card that says I don't feel like doing the prize read tonight. And if you want to try and replace me at this late hour, you go right ahead.
Okay, fair enough. Tell them what they've won, TV's John Blackman.
Yes, thank you very much indeed, David. I was just passing by and saw the light on, thought I'd drop in. Yes, you've won, Rohan, a 1-week subscription to DMG Magazine. A fresh alternative to today's Oprah-obsessed media. David M. Green's monthly publication will keep you up to date on the kinds of things you'd rather not know. Lovingly delivered to your home or office by a naked man. DMG Magazine is in no way affiliated with DNA Magazine, although David did leave some of his own DNA on page 3. Congratulations.
Rohan, join me in the middle. You have won tonight. The show is 31 Questions. You are the 31 Questions Big Cheese, and you have won something fantastic here. Look at that.
Excuse me, the cheque. Do I get paid for this?
Yep, it's in the mail, just around there.
Thanks very much. Okay.
David,
Yeah?
Rohan's a little bit embarrassed to ask, but he mentioned earlier in the show that he'd love to get an autographed headshot of you.
Oh, come on, you don't need to say that on camera. I mean, well, I'm happy to. You want to get one from my locker? Oh, where are my keys?
Oh, don't worry, David. I'm sure they'll wash up somewhere.
Right. Well, please thank tonight's contestants, and thank you very much to Anthony and Sophie. Big round of applause for John Blackman. Thank you for watching. I'm David M. Green. See you around like a record.